What's happening, guys? My name is Anthony and welcome to another My Team Career Mode video. This time we are racing at Azerbaijan. So this is going to be an interesting one. I'm hoping to have at least one safety car, because if you did watch the previous episode, you would have known that we just done a simulation damage Monaco race and we didn't have a safety car or any retirees, which is crazy to me. But moving on to this actual episode now, we're going to do some upgrades. So make sure to smash the like button if you want to see the series even more. And make sure to hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel as well. We've just changed the ICE and the turbocharger as they were looking a little bit worn. And from our experience in Spain with the control electronics, I didn't really want to risk it. I think we can afford to make a good couple of upgrades here. So I'm going to upgrade this secondary ring flap, and that will come just before the Canadian GP. And we'll also get this one since it's on a discount. I'm not sure. Is this a major? No, it's a minor upgrade as well. So this will also come before Canada. And I think for the rest of them, I think I can afford to skip out on the powertrain just a little bit longer, because it is our best component right now. And as for the gearbox, yeah, we'll improve the MG UK and the MG UH as well. All right, here we go. Qualifying. I'm ready for it. If you're watching on YouTube, just about to get started with qualifying. Practice session went okay. It was fairly simple as usual. And now we can see how far we can actually push this car. Can we get into Q2? And if we can get into Q2, can we actually get past 16? As we're not having the best start. We've already got a sense of fault. So lovely. All right, here we go. Put on hot lap. Put on DRS. Let's get ready for this first lap in qualifying. Braking a little bit earlier than I would normally, just because this car isn't great on turning. We've got the first fastest lap, which is from George Russell. I doubt we're going to be anywhere close to that. Oh, that probably lots of time left on the table there. I've just realized as well, now that we've got simulation damage on, I need to be even more careful with how I use certain curves, because we don't want to get any underfloor body damage. Alright, we finished off all the braking zones. Now all we have is DRS to go. Let's see what's our first lap gonna be. 38, 36, 37. That's a 40.5. Which puts us just above Latifi.
There's only one lap of
but behind Schumacher and Bottas. Alright, once again, we're gonna be the only person on track, so the pressure is on, as everyone's going to be watching us, essentially. Okay, so far so good. Got better exits at both turn 1 and turn 2. Yeah, you can see we've made up so much time from that corner. That corner that we messed up before. We can afford to use a lot more of the track as well, because we're not using strict. Oh, we go super wide. I think that second sector was actually pretty solid, except for that one particular corner. I've somehow smashed a previous lap. Okay, fair enough. That's a pretty big distance. I'm not gonna lie. 8.5 tenths. Where's that gonna put us? Let's see. P12. The 39.7. Okay, okay. Now we're talking. That's the sort of positions I was thinking that we should be in. You know what, guys? I'm actually not gonna do a final lap. I'm gonna risk it. This might backfire on us. This might have backfired on us. But let's see. No, we managed to get through to Q2 with just doing 2 runs. I think this is the first time that we've actually managed to get into Q2 whilst only doing 2 runs. So that means that we've actually got some fresh tyres for Q2, which means we have a good opportunity of getting our highest qualifying position here. I believe race at Canada tonight. Good luck for that. We've got a league race tomorrow at Spa, I believe. I'm pretty sure it's Spa anyway. Anyways, guys, here we go with our final lap in qualifying. Let's see what we can do. Ideally, I would like to improve, but you never know with these things. That felt like a better exit than the lap we did in Q1. I didn't feel as much wheel spin. Okay, so far so good. Had a little bit of a moment there, but we're still not stupid just yet. Okay, everyone else has finished their times. We are the last person to cross the line, which is a good thing, because it means that the track evolution is in our favor. Vettel with a 39.5. And he's in P12. We'll see what we can do. 39.2, which puts us at... We've got into Q3. We've gotten into Q3. I was not expecting that. I was generally not expecting that. I'm actually quite happy about that. Mr. Saturday, yes. George Russell, you're finished. You're finished, mate. You are no longer Mr. Saturday. Your boy, Anthony Beckles, is now the new Mr. Saturday. Okay. Well, Sergio Perez is on pole for the second time in a row, followed by Verstappen, then followed by George Russell. Lewis Hamilton is absolutely washed in P5. 7-time world champion, my arse.
This was the arena, if you think back to 2017, of one of the most eventful races of modern history, with controversy behind the safety car, last-second overtakes, and a historic podium for Williams and for Lance Stroll. So let's find out what lies in store for us this year. It's time for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. With 20 turns and a length of 3.7 miles, Baku City Circuit in the heart of the Azerbaijan capital is a real test of a driver's endurance, patience and precision. 90-degree corners through Sector 1 lead into a tightening uphill sprint as we start to circle around the old city. Then a 1.4-mile chase flat out through Sector 3 towards the finish line. And as always, a man with plenty of racing experience joins me in the commentary box. Today it's Anthony Davidson. Tell me, Ant, you're no stranger to surviving the melee of Turn 1. So how do you keep out of trouble when there's so much going on around you?
There are three main things to worry about there, Crofty. Positioning, awareness and discipline. First, you have to put your car in a bit of space and make sure you have room to react to what the others are doing. Then you have to watch your mirrors and listen to the sounds around you to get a sense of where everyone is. And finally, just don't get too greedy. Just because a gap exists doesn't always mean you should go for it.
Alright guys, so the grid is going to be Sergio Perez on pole position with Max Verstappen behind him, another Red Bull lockout, and then followed by, we've got Russell, Norris, and then we've got Lewis Hamilton, the washed champion, followed by Daniel Ricciardo, and then Carlos Sainz and Leclerc, another lockout for Ferrari, then Gasly and myself in P10 for the first time appearing in Q3. Then we have Yuki Tsunoda, Alonso, Vettel and Stroll. Then we have Ocon, our rival, and Valtteri Bottas with Guan Yu Zhou and Alex Albon behind him. And we've got Mick Schumacher, Nicholas Latifi, and then we've got our teammate and the Russian Kevin Magnussen. We do have flashbacks. Ideally, I wouldn't want to use them, but if we do end up using them, then obviously it is what it is. We just have that power over the AI. What's the AI? Just type in !AI in chat, Matt. But here we go. Azerbaijan, we're starting on the inside, so it's going to be a little bit interesting to see if we can actually make a position or two. P10, highest ever qualifying position. So we're hoping that this translates into points as well.
Keep an eye on the lights. The start sequence will begin as soon as the grid has formed. Be ready.
Let's see. Let's see if our car is actually any good in the race compared to how quick we were in qualifying. Here we go. We've got 3, 4, 5 red lights for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. And lights out and away we go. Shifting all the way up to 5th gear, and we get a terrible start compared to those around us. I think that was generally the worst start we've had so far. Because we're now in P13, but we are going to send it. There we go. I think we've made up our positions back. Alright, we're going to use our ERS just to try and keep ahead of Leclerc, but it is going to be quite difficult because Ferrari's straight line speed is a lot better than us. Oh, we're going 3 wide. Oh my goodness. Leclerc somehow manages to actually get out of that. I'm not sure if he has wing damage, but 3 wide between myself, Vettel and Leclerc. Vettel starting outside of the top 10 and choosing to start on the off compounds as well. Very interesting with that.
We're accumulating some wear on the MGUK. To manage this, we'll need to lower
Oh,
our
come on,
ERS
Vettel.
deployment
Don't
mode.
push me. Don't push me. I'm not used to starting on tires that are this worn with this car, but we're just going to have to deal with it now. Vettel is going to be a little bit more quicker than us right now. He has got fresh softs compared to us. He's going to pass us. Ideally, I would want it to be on a straight where it can just be nice and simple, rather than him doing a Max Verstappen style dive bomb on us. There he goes. That's Vettel's gone. Gonna slip into his slipstream, just try and keep up that top end speed here. I'll brake just a little bit early as he slows down on the apex.
Worn-out MGUK. Our battery charge speed is suffering, and if it gets much worse, we could be forced to retire.
Oh no, we've got 26 laps to go and we're being told that MGUK is on its last legs. Yeah, these softs are going to be dead very, very quickly. I don't know if that's just the nature of this track or if it's the nature of the car, but we have got yellow flags. What's happening here? I see a McLaren, I believe. Or is it McLaren?
Yellow flag.
No, it's Carlos Sainz in a Ferrari. Have we got our first retirement
clear.
already? He's going super slow there. I don't know if that's sort of like an engine problem or if he had wing damage, but I think he was actually slowing down to retire as we got super wide at the end of sector 2. And now we have our rival from Monaco, Fernando Alonso, passing us on the back straight on our home stretch, as we do get confirmation that Carlos Sainz has retired after 2 laps. I hope that isn't the fate of us. Again, I'm going to brake early because this is lap 3. I've noticed the AI are very slow on the apex as well here. Bushian's apex speed. I want to try and maybe use some of my ERS if we can get inside Alonso's DRS zone here. If we can, that'd be great. Might be close. Oh!
A new strategy is available on the MFD.
Oh, we've got wing damage there. Alright, we're going into the pits. We're going to have to go onto the hard tyres here for the rest of this race. We should be able to make it to the end quite easy, I think, on these hard tyres. They should last 20 or so laps. But we're going to lose a lot of time here due to the damaged wing. I'm hoping that there is a safety car at some point during this race that will allow us to sort of get back into it.
Go, go, go.
Let go of the thing just a little bit too early.
Okay, we're reaching a danger point with the wear on the MGUH. Overheating the engine will exacerbate the issue, so keep the temps under control.
Alright, Jeff is talking about our MGUH. We'll check what it is once we get onto the main straight there. But I don't think it's going to be... I'm hoping it's not going to be too much of an issue. It shouldn't be, because it seems to wear quite slow. But we'll check what it is in terms of its numbers. But the MGUH is at 65%, whereas the MGUK is at 69%. So I don't think that's going to be a cause for issue during this race, but we will need to replace it for the next one. Have a little bit of understeer there. We go into the corner. Okay, so the graphic for the actual race itself said that there wouldn't be rain until towards the end of the race, but Jeff is telling us it'll be in 10 to 15 minutes. Now, I do have the weather forecast on approximate, so there's not a guarantee that Jeff will be right. So we'll see what happens as the race goes on. But if it's wet conditions, that might change things up a little bit here. I don't know if it will be to our advantage or to our detriment, but we'll see. It looks quite clear right now. You know how these things go. Can be can go from clear to raining in a matter of a lap. Here we go. We've got some guys in pits now. Ilott, a teammate, Schumacher, also in the pits, and we come out just behind Alexander Albon. Again, just proving how much time we've lost here. Well, at least you're not going to finish in 22nd place. That's true. That is true. If my teammate is quicker, I might just let him go, actually. Let's see if we can both get past Mick here. The RS should be powerful enough for Callum to at least challenge Mick. As we're going to fly past. We don't have a lot of ERS though in our disposal.
Our gap to the car in front is 15.4 seconds.
Was that our teammate? Yeah, that was our teammate side by side there. We'll see what his pace is like now that he's behind us on the medium. And there's our rival actually, just ahead of us. 2 seconds down the road. I'll brake super early. Come on, Ilot. Come on. Go, go, go. Oh, what
Check
the
your
hell?
MFD for a new strategy option.
What the hell? Okay, I'm gonna use a flashback on that because that I don't know what happened. I was looking. I wasn't even looking, so I don't know if I just went into Bottas. I'm gonna have to start working on the car a lot because if we want to get those 5 finishes in the points, we can't be letting races go by like this. So far, we do have 2 points finishes, which was at Bahrain for me. I believe we finished in P7, P6 or something like that. That Callum Ilott finished in P10. So we had 2 points finishes in the first 2 races, and then ever since then, been downhill. We just can't let these races go by. We've only got a 16 race season to get 5 finishes in a point. Alright, we've got Esteban Ocon, our rival, behind us. Probably not going to keep him behind us for very, very long.
Okay, be careful on those slicks. These conditions are making the line a bit greasy, but we're
Okay.
still nowhere near the changeover point.
Okay, that's good news, kind of. Jeff said that the line is getting a little bit more greasy. But I mean, to be honest, for someone on fresh mediums like Esteban Ocon right now, it's still gonna be pretty easy for him to get traction compared to us, who's been on hards for like the past, I wanna say like 13 laps or so. Alright, here we go, guys. Don't really think it's gonna make too much of a difference, to be honest. I think it's just one of those cases where
Go now.
it's light enough to stay on the
Speed
dry
now.
tires.
Let's get some heat into those tires.
Yeah, see, that exit is so stupid. Oh. Yeah, as you can see, it's definitely slick conditions. Because these inters are not working at all. We had nothing to lose, but yeah, it's definitely not inters. I can't even turn the car. Alright. Yeah, we're not going to be able to do that. I think we should just retire. The race has been pretty bad. We qualified in P10, and it was our best qualifying ever, but simultaneously it's been our worst race ever as well. So yeah, I think that's balanced itself out. But I'm gonna retire. There's only a couple of laps left, and there's really no point in finishing that. So, all right, Max Verstappen continuing his domination with another win around Baku. A lot of people would be happy about this one, considering what happened in real life. But followed by his teammate Sergio Perez, who I believe did end up winning Baku last year. And then we have Lando Norris for another podium so far this season. I think Lando Norris has been doing really well so far this season, but we'll check what the standings are afterwards. And then we have George Russell, Lewis Hamilton, Daniel Ricciardo, Pierre Gasly, Yuki Tsunoda, Sebastian Vettel, and Charles Leclerc rounding off the points finishers. And after that, we have Lance Stroll, Ocon, Guan Yu Zhou, Alex Albon, Latifi, Bottas, Schumacher, a teammate Callum Ilott, and then Kevin Magnussen, with myself and Fernando Alonso and Carlos Sainz all retiring during this race. Not sure what happened with Fernando and Carlos. I think they just had general engine issues, but for us, nothing went our way. We tried to do the intermediate thing at the final parts of the race, but it didn't work out, so we just ended up retiring. But let's see how that does for the standings. Max Verstappen has now officially crossed over the 100 points barrier, now with 102 points, 31 points ahead of George Russell. Honestly, we've only done about 5 races, I believe, and this is already Max's championship to lose. He's built such a big gap already to the 2 Mercedes. Lando Norris in P4 ahead of Sergio Perez. That's going to be a very pill to swallow for Sergio Perez. And then ourselves and Callum Ilott, we're in the same positions that we always are. Okay, so we've just come out of the race, and the first thing that I saw was that one of our upgrades actually failed. I'm not sure which one, but actually one thing I've just noticed is, as you can see, as of the Baku GP, we are now actually the worst team on the grid. So we're really going to need to start pushing these upgrades here, because the other teams, they're pushing their upgrades quite quickly. Yeah, it's been a tough race for this video, but we're going to end things here. If you did enjoy it, make sure to smash the like button, and I will catch you guys in my next video.